Hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from SweetStamper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. And welcome to day 4 of Coffee with Candy. This is a monthly series that I do. It is a seasonal series. Now, typically, I am doing something that is for the following month. For instance, in January, I was doing Valentine projects. But in July, many of us do Christmas in July events. It's been very popular with businesses of all kinds. And I'm doing not Facebook Live. I'm doing Christmas in July in so many aspects of my business. I have classes by mail that are Christmas in July. And I am doing, I did an in-person event of Christmas in July at a little coffee shop. And I am doing Christmas in July here for Coffee with Candy. So I've been featuring this paper. Let me just show you the paper really quick in case you haven't seen it. So this is, I believe it's called Stitched Seasons. So you have these awesome background patterns, and this is Secret Sea. So it is a deep blue, very deep blue, kind of an inky blue, and these really sweet background patterns. But you also have these awesome quilt patterns from very large to more of a medium size, and this is the one I'm going to feature today, the medium. And then there's the small, and this is kind of medium small and medium small. So this paper is amazing. I have 2 Christmas card classes going, each one featuring this, and then I have a third one that is featuring the Woodland Wishes, which is little critters. Okay, now this week I'm also featuring Merriest tags. Now, I love everything about this bundle. It's been great to work with. I hope you're getting some excellent ideas to get you started on your holiday crafting as well. So Merriest tags is $54.75, I believe. I do have an offer where you can, with your $50 order through Sunday this week, I will send you one each of 5 projects that I've demonstrated this week. So that would be a great way for you to put this into your cart and right away be ready to make some great projects with it. Okay, now let's see where we've been and where we are going. So day 1, I used the 3 die, or the triple die, I should say. There's one die that creates all 3 of these tags at once. And so I just did a simple layout, made 3 cards using the, the dies. So I've got somebody messaging me. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me see if I can answer her on my watch. Maybe. No, it's not coming up. Okay. Anyway, it'll have to wait. Okay, let me get my brain back into gear. Okay, so we did these 3 simple cards, and then day 2, I featured this kit from our kits collection. So if you would like some non-stamping projects, these are fabulous. The kit creates, you get 4 each of 2 designs. I took them and I stepped them up, and I gave you all the measurements to do this, so that if you want a little bit of a heftier, something that feels a little bit more like a made from scratch card and not like a kit card, this is the perfect way to go. I just added some layers here and added some bling, and these still mail for a single forever stamp. Okay, day 3, we made this cute little box. And this is absolutely perfect for holding all kinds of goodies. And it can be handmade goodies, it can be socks, it can be mittens, all kinds of things that would be housed in that little box. Now, I'm raising this up because I'm going to make another card with you today. We're going to be featuring the quilt pattern like we did yesterday, but a different one. And so let's get going here. Okay, I'm going to show you, we're going to do a little bit of die cutting and a little bit of stamping and just a wee bit of coloring. So let me show you where we're going. This is where we are going. Sweet, simple Christmas card that really, to me, gives you a lot of the feels of a warm, heartfelt, cozy Christmas. Here in Texas, we have the Davis Mountains out in West Texas, and my husband and I have vacationed out there numerous times. There's a lot of this Indian type, well, to me, these are just graphic, but it has a kind of that Indian feel. So the Indian Lodge is an amazing historic hotel that we've stayed at before that was built during the Depression by the CCC. And it has all of this beautiful imagery that reminds me a lot of this, kind of those Indian quilts. And I created, so this is holly. I made it into mistletoe. And then we've got this cute little Christmas stocking. And then the button, yeah. Okay, let's get started. This is super simple. We're going to use a thick, basic white card base. And do I have, here we go. You might wonder why we use bone folders, but it really saves getting a lot of the oils from your hands onto your cards, and it gives you that really sharp crease. Now I am going to put on a layer of real red and what I call a micro layer, so it's 1/8 inch smaller all the way around. Now I have cut it in such a way that the trees are going to be very visible. And you can see on this one, it's a little bit different. So the trees are a little farther over. We'll see how this works. I think it's gonna still work really well. And one of the things I like to do for you guys is to tell you all of my mistakes and my boo-boos so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. And you can hopefully save some time and get some great ideas. This is, these micro layers are great when you want just a little bit of a frame, but you still want, you just want a hint of a frame. Because for me, I really wanted this quilt pattern to stand out and be very, very forthright. Hey, Corinne, welcome, welcome. How are you guys handling all of the rain? We've had 5 inches over the last few days, but I know that there are people in the city who've had upwards of 8, 9, and 10, so we are counting our blessings with only 5, because 5 is watered our lawn beautifully. All of our beds and everything, I mean, they're singing happy songs and doing happy dances. But yeah, if you had very much more than that, it could be a little bit too much of a good thing. Okay, there's my little stocking. And I decided to go with a lot of green on this, and then just hint the red really pops as a result. Now, while I have my black ink out, I'm gonna grab this little scrap of old olive, and I'm going to stamp, whoopsie, I'm going to stamp my holly. Ooh, kind of got too much ink on there. Well, hopefully, let's see how it's going to do. Got a little bit too much of a good thing going. Oh no, it came out okay. And I'm going to do it twice. Now, the white gel pen, which is what I use here to create my white berries to mimic mistletoe, they are out of stock at the moment, but they will be back in a couple of weeks. So I don't know if you're already doing this, but if you just go into the online store And when you click on something that is not available right now, just say that you want to receive the email telling you when it's back in stock. And that is just the easy, that is the easy button, because you don't have to go back in and look for it, wonder when it's coming back and all of that. You can just go in and it'll come to your email. Done, dusted, simple. And I like that. Now I'm going to use this dark. I'm using Granny Apple Green to give a little bit of brightness. You know, Granny Apple Green is kind of the brighter counterpart to Old Olive. Old Olive is a fabulous green. It can get a little bit too much, and I have a lot of it going on here, so this kind of brightens it up a little bit, keeps it from getting too dull. So here is I just used the dark for the cuff and the light for the rest of my stocking. Super simple. One of the things I like about the images in this bundle is that you don't have to color a lot to get the impact. And I appreciate that, because if I'm gonna make a lot, which I told you I make a lot of Christmas cards, then I need it to be pretty quick and easy. So like on these here that I had done on day one, you know, just a little bit of coloring, but you get the effect of a hand colored card, which I appreciate. Okay, now I need to cut out these little guys, and I appreciate that Stampin' Up! Has given us two of the dies, which is very helpful. Now, I don't typically do this on camera. Let's see how we get on. But I did want to show you the process. So that is why we are doing it this way. Okay, let's get that. Actually, I'm going to put that one underneath that has all the color on it. And sometimes these things get pretty mucky with all of the little paper shreds. I oftentimes will put mine in a 300-degree oven. I keep an eye on them, and I don't keep them in there very long, but I find that the heat, even when they're not bowed, it will release all of those paper shreds. Now, I put that on a cookie sheet because I don't want those paper shreds going into the bottom of my oven and catching fire. So, can we do it? Yes, we can. Okay. There we go. Okay, so Corinne, the rain has slowed down for you. The sun is out for you. Yeah, it's out at our house too, which is a very welcome sight right now. Oh, now I didn't realize you were not actually in San Antonio. So you're in one of the little outlying areas, one of the little towns nearby. So yeah, if you've got the river running through, that is at least through the town, but not through, you know, where you live. No disrespect meant, but I tell you what, people who live right on the water, I'm like, whoa, I'm not that brave. Okay, now let me show you something else. We're going to color these just a little bit, but I wanted to show you something that I did try out just so you'll see the difference. So I thought I might do a cherry cobbler stocking, or I might do a real red stocking, but I ended up settling with the Granny Apple Green. Now, what I'm going to do to give these a little bit more life, now that my cut and emboss machine is out of the way, I'm going to do a couple of little things. So I'm going to take the light Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to actually color. And you see how that makes the green of these leaves look more like they are, colored, hand colored. I meeting somebody at 3 o'clock and she keeps messaging me trying to verify the time. I'm like, I'm in the middle of something. I can't just stop this. It will mess everything up. Okay, now I'm going to come in with these white gel pens, and I have to say I am absolutely thrilled that Stampin' Up! Has started carrying these. They are notorious for being difficult, as in they dry up really fast. This has a really fine tip, which I greatly appreciate. So I'm just, for the most part, I'm just dotting these. I'm not even coloring it, like squiggling it or anything. I'm just dotting it, but look how it pops. Oh, so you're out towards Castroville. Okay. I've got a team member who lives in Castroville and a couple of friends who live there. Okay, so now I am going to do this a couple of things. Now, let's make sure that dries completely. So let's go ahead and put, I'm gonna like that with the trees here and here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some dimensionals here. And for me, I want to make sure that this really stays popped up. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. The other thing is when you have your card base is basic white, and in this case, it is thick basic white, I don't have to worry about putting a panel on the inside to write on. It's already done. Now, see, I'm gonna do this so that it kind of strategically positions me towards all of those things. Now, towards all of these designs. Now, I do recommend, because I have done it the other way, I do recommend that you place your bow next and place your mistletoe last. And that's going to help you get really ideal placement for all of your elements. Now, ribbon scissors are here. And I'm actually going to leave the tails pretty long. Sometimes I do, really kind of trim tails, but I think this particular project will hold the bigger tails. So I'm going to position that and then secure it with a mini glue dot. So part of the method in my madness here is I want, because I'm making a lot of cards, I want cards that aren't going to take too much with supplies. That means they're going to be affordable. And I don't want them to take too much of my time. Now, I will make some cards that are super stepped up and fancy and got lots of bells and whistles for my super close family and friends. But I have a lot of people that I count friends, that I love and I appreciate, but they're going to get a quick card that still has all the things about it that say this is a handmade card without taking the amount of time that a card that I make for my sister-in-law and her husband. That's going to be a different animal. Okay, now let's place this right up like so, and I've put some seal on the back, and then a mini demi on the side here, so that it will pop up in line with. Now I want to cover that little corner there. Okay. Now I am going to add. You guessed it. I'm adding a little button there. I mean, is that not adorable? I think I'm going to have the holes going sideways. Now, these are self-adhesive buttons. I'm really, really happy with that. Now, I wanted to bring in my joyful greetings, and this is just perfect for this casual, cute, cozy card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this punch that I use so much. This is the Toadstool Builder Punch. It makes a funky oval. It's not a perfect oval, it's a funky oval, and it works on so many of my greetings. And I'll tell you why. So I could have, this has a lot of points. Look at all of the points and angles and triangles. So I strategically chose to use the die that has the little ruffled edge, the little scalloped edge. This one here, this single one, has more points. I was like, no, we've already got a lot of points. Let's give a little softness here. So just that little rounded edge brings a little bit of softness. And I find the same thing for this little funky oval. Let me get all my information here so you can know who I am and what I'm about if you pop in. Now, I am using Mossy Meadow ink on Old Olive cardstock, and that keeps my greens going so that my red and my white really, really pop on here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could, nope, we're going to keep it right here. Now, I could go down here and kind of break up that, but if I do this, it really keeps my trees in line, and I like it. So that, hey, Linda, welcome from Minnesota. We are in South Central Texas where we are getting a lot of flooding. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a super sweet, cozy Christmas card with all the feels of a cozy Christmas. We got the quilt images, we've got the mistletoe, we've got the cute little ribbon and the stocking. Yeah, this has all the feels for a cozy Christmas. That is it for today. This is day 4 of Coffee with Candy. I will be back tomorrow with Christmas treats holders, and don't forget, the photos of all these are on my blog. The videos are downloaded to YouTube, but if you're on my email list, and you can get there with sweetstamper.com, we'll show you how to sign up. I'm sending out all of the measurements and linking the videos so that you can download those tutorials and have them ready for your Christmas crafting. That is it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and God bless.